Thank you very much, Minde. It's good to be here. Good evening, everyone. As you've heard, my name is Tolulope Dada, an Agile coach. I've been helping team get organized for some time now, yeah. And today I'm looking at OKR. I've been started using the framework within some of my teams as well, and yeah, going way back. So today we'll just be examining what OKR are and how it can help agile team, specifically Scrum team, because particular about the Scrum team of agile mindset. So first of all, I would like to apologize today. I will not be able to um, see. You will not be able to see me on camera. For some reason, the camera affects some of my settings. So sorry about that. But otherwise, I can. So I'll just share my screen and we'll crack on. So is anyone able to see my screen?
Yes, we are. Thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you. Yeah, so that's my name and that's what I'm talking about, as we have all known. Yeah, so OKR, what is OKR, and then what has it been used to achieve by organizations, and what can this agile team learn from this and also imbibe? So yeah, I'll just start straight away to define what OKR are. So OKR are performance management goal setting framework. They've been used over the years by companies to set out goals and also evaluate their management and also work better. Particularly made popular by Intel and of recent, we talk about of Google. Google have been able to also adapt. And then what are OKR? OKR simply means objective and key results. Objective is what the organization, what a team, what an individual wants to achieve. And the key results are the approach on how he or she or the organization can achieve this. So basically, OKR comprises of two components. The first component is the objective part of it, which is qualitative in nature. Qualitative in the sense that it can only be felt. Qualitative in the sense that it might be intangible. And it goes to define what an individual or organization or a team wants to do, wants to achieve. While the key results are qualitative, a number can be put to them, they can be measured, and these set of results go to define how you as an individual, again, a team or a company is able to know if they are achieving their set objective above. And like I said, this has been used over time with big companies such as Intel, such as Google, such as LinkedIn. So basically, one can say, yeah, it works. And of the poll that was set out before this, I was able to check it. I saw that 50% of the respondents answered that they use OKR, while 50% answered that they're not sure yes, I was also from that angle before, where I wasn't sure of it. But luckily, funny enough, there was no respondent that said they don't use OKR. So they are either not sure or they are using OKR, which is fine. So why do companies adopt OKR? Why have companies gone ahead to adopt OKR? What is working in this OKR that's making people to adopt, that's making companies to go? We have mentioned LinkedIn, we have mentioned Google, we have mentioned the big companies, even Amazon, all employ the framework to better their their engagement, their enrichment, and also at the end of the day, generate revenue. So what does OKR do for companies that are using it? First of all, it brings alignment. And what do we mean by alignment? Alignment within the ranks, alignment within the board, alignments across board. So because OKR, as we said, are objectives, and then the key results are shown as well. So basically, there's a bottom, top-down approach whereby the organization set out what to be achieved, and then it's being cascaded down the rank, and thereby everybody will be able to understand, everybody will be able to run with the vision, everybody will be able to know and how to measure this at any point in time. For example, if the organization aim to increase the number of branches for over in the next 3 quarters, so that will be the objective, then the key result will be to reach like 200 customers, and then to engage more feedback, like 10% feedback. So, and that is made known to everyone. So it brings alignment. It favors, the second one, it favors overachievement. In my working in the OKR framework, I've come to realize that you set OKRs that are bigger for you to achieve. You set OKRs that are trident, that are high up there. So, and you give it a 50% of chance, but you put in everything. So by the time you are achieving the 70% mark, you find out that you've like overshot, you've achieved, because achieving OKR 100% every time simply means you are not setting the target high enough. You are minimizing the target you need to set. So OKRs are set at the maximum target and they are seen as ambitious, whereby even when being ambitious, you know that it's something that you can achieve. And again, it brings transparency and communication within the organization. When like for example, the team I'm working with, setting the OKR, everybody came together, and then we look at what our projections will be for the next quarter, for the next 3 quarters, and even for the year. And everybody had an input. So with that, it brings communication. Even now that we are working virtually, everybody could contribute. Nobody is being talked down on. And then it brings transparency, because it's open for everyone to see. And again, it improves discipline across board. Why is that? What you are part of, you want to be involved with. And what you are involved with, you want to be diligent with it. As an individual within the organization, within a team, and also on the board member, maybe senior staffer, everybody will want to be disciplined to see that we achieve our set targets. And also it aids prioritization, rather, sorry. It aids prioritization, whereby we are focused on what we can achieve for now, and that will propel the company, the team, into a better limelight. We are not all over the place. We are taking the objectives one at a time. And if things change, we also change accordingly. And the other point is that it's being used by successful companies. Yeah, if successful companies are using it, why can't others give it a try? Why can't my company, your company, or whoever is not using it, give it a try, and then learn from the successful companies that are using it, because the statistics are out there. Like, so we said the components of OKR, the first one is objective. That's the O in OKR, is objective. That we said is qualitative and is inspirational. Inspirational in the sense that it doesn't have to be boring, doesn't have to be so academical. It can be fun, but captivative and straight to the point. While gathering my resources, I also stumbled upon it. I said even you can use slangs. You can use slang in your in getting your message across. If that what works, you can use slang, but makes it captivative enough and being able to pass across the message, not in multiple words, very simple sentence. They will short, they fit the overall objective of the organization. And they are time bound. Objective time bound. Yes, that's a very important aspect of it, that we need to set a time that, okay, we want to achieve this by this time. So that all actions we get towards that, and then they are actionable. They can be broken down into daily, into team, like from the portfolio level to the feature level to the team level, and then broken down into tasks for individuals to run with, which now sum of the key results and then some of the objective we are pursuing. And they must be specific, not all over the place. They must be specific, pointing towards a direction. If our aim is to build 5 stores in the next 5 years, that is specific enough. We know 5 in the next 5 years. So they are specific, and then they should also be relevant to what is obtainable now. Not that at the end of it, when we achieve our objective, we find out that events have overtaken what we came up with. So they need to be relevant, and for it to continue to be relevant, there's the need of updates, checking, adaptation. We need to adapt at every point in time, being in the agile world where things move fast, where things are evolving, and working environment is evolving, even customer needs are changing. For example, we are now in the COVID era. The way we do business, the way flights are booked, the way most things are done now have changed. So if an objective has been set maybe before the pandemic to last through to this time, there would have been the need to revisit that and then make it more relevant to what is happening at the moment. Then the other side of it, the other component of it is the key results, which shows the quality of the objective. It quantifies the objective, brings it to a number like 10%, like 1 to 5, like, so that is it quantifies the objective, and it's usually around 3 to 4 per objective. I will recommend 3 so that it's not too much. So the key result that we are looking for should not be so all over the place. If at the end of achieving those key results, we are still not able to achieve the objective, more key results can be drafted out of it. So because there is no rigid, there's no one stone case it or written in stone, and it must be measurable at every point in time. You must know that, okay, we are on the 30% mark. You should know that we are on the 20% mark, or what have we, at every point in time. And the very important one is for us to set results that are hard to achieve so that we can push ourselves, so that everyone can have a challenge. And at the end of it, what comes out of it is what the whole team, the whole company, and even as individuals will be proud of. And then the confidence level usually starts at 50%. That's because you can't have 100% at onset, because in Agile, you work, as you work, you know more about what you're doing. So in that regard, continue to improve on the percentage. By the time you attain 70% from literature, it's a good pass mark. How do you measure key results? You measure key results through growth, revenue, performance, performance, and quality. Growth, I think I have an example of an objective and key results here. For example, if the objective of a certain company is to increase revenue, that's, we can see that is the qualitative. Then the quantitative says sells at least 1,000 products, and that's we go for growth. Launch 4 marketing campaigns as performance. Find 3 new business partners. Expand to new markets. This can be based on growth, like I said before, performance, revenue, engagement. So this is an example of the key objective and then the results. So we have cadence of OKR. Cadence are levels. In this case, they can be said to be levels, or cadence are activities in some cases, but here cadence are levels of OKR that can be set. So like I've been saying, within an organization, you have the high level strategic OKRs for the company. This is brought by the senior executive, senior staff. And there's the tactical short-term OKR for teams. As we know, in Agile and Scrum, team work in iterations of 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. So they have a short-term OKRs to turn around, to turn or bring about increments. Then we've got regular check-in for follow-through. Regular check-ins can be on a personal level, and this can be achieved by maybe daily Scrum, as we have in the Scrum guide, or retrospective, or better still, just normal meeting. Maybe you meet every Monday, where everybody discuss on what have been achieved and how we are achieving it and the level we are at. It's not going to be a report kind of meeting where the report, no, everybody come to discuss, and it's open, it's transparent, so that we our goals can be achieved. For you to have success in deploying OKR framework, the senior manager, the senior level team have to be committed to the OKR, because they wage more power in the organization. They have better influence as leaders. So there's a need for them to buy in, and for them to be the major evangelists of the OKRs. So they have to get the buy-in of them. Then we need to check that we are using the right OKR in the right way. That it's not just because of the word OKR, because we heard that Google's using OKR and they have gone in their revenue, they have gone up, or LinkedIn is doing the same thing, then we jump on the bad wagon. No, what works for us, we need to know what worked for us within, and then we continue to expand on that. And then, like I said before, regular checks, updates, progress, all these are necessary so that we keep on focusing on the end goal. We keep on focusing on what we set out to achieve. And thereby, if there's any deviation, we will be able to note early enough. If there's any problem, we're able to nip it at the ball. And then we need to keep our finger on the pulse. We need to fine-tune our resources. We need to fine-tune our working software. We need to our working environment as things changes. For example, again, just while we are in the pandemic now, we know the main the face-to-face work as we meet with the virtual workspace. So accordingly, every organization that wants to thrive, we need to adjust accordingly. So they need to keep the eye on the pulse. And also keeping a finger on the pulse means helping every member of the organization to be up to speed, to know what the OKRs we are chasing, what it entails, and how we are going about achieving it. If there need to be training and retraining, yes. And that brings me to the next point. Since everyone learns how to use OKR in practice, not just the word OKR and it's there, but everyone needs to learn how to use the OKR framework. Everyone needs to be able to be a seller of it, as in to be, as when we are asked what is happening in the organization, we will not say go and meet the manager, go and meet the product owner. Everybody will be able to say at any point that, oh, this is what we are working on, this is how we have gone about it, this is how far we've gone, we've achieved 20%, and this enthusiasm, everybody should be able to buy in, and that falls on the organization, that's training and retraining. And also ready to unlearn. While the organization is doing that, every member needs to be ready to unlearn old method and learn new smart ways of working. So everyone in the organization at every point should be hands-on in deploying smart working method to help in the achievement of the objectives that have been set. Then coming to Agile team, as the topic says, how can this help Agile teams to work smartly? I'm going to use the 5 values of Scrum team, which is focus, openness, commitment, respect, courage. First of all, it allows team to stay focused. If we have OKR in line with our sprints, we will be able to stay focused as an agile team. Because both OKR and Scrum begins with both vision of product vision, service, or feature, or state. So it is this that keeps the team focused. When we have our OKRs broken down into actionable key results. So also we have our backlog broken down. The tool can help the Scrum team to be focused and achieve the end goal, the sprint goal at every iteration, and above all, our product goal. It breeds openness within the team. Just like I said, that the OKR is transfers between every member of the team and every member of the organization. So we are all part of it. It's not forced down our throat. It's all what we've agreed on. That's how it's supposed to be, but maybe at times there might be a little bit deviation, but we continue to improve on it to make sure that, okay, everybody gets the buy-in and everybody have their say and everybody's opinion counts. Not that some opinions matter than other opinion. One is gearing towards the same goal. So it brings about openness. It allows people to say their mind. Also allows team to be more committed because we are part of it. Because it's our team. It's we are all part of it. So once I'm part of it, I would like to be committed to it because I also brought it on board. I also was part of the team that formulated this, that set the objective and also the key result. So I would like to see it through when everybody is part of it. Not that it's just being brought from the head office and we have to run with it. When everybody is part of it, even from the scratch, everybody feels that sense of commitment. It increases respect among team members. Yes, it increases respect because everybody's opinion, everybody's idea, everybody's contribution, everybody's input is valued. So there will be respect, and once there's respect and everybody works to make sure that what we have said is what we are abiding by, at the end of the day, the goal will be achieved. Then it builds courage and confidence within the team. If I'm part of a process and I can talk about it and I know what is going on behind and above and every time, I'll be confident enough and I'll have the courage to go with it whenever I'm faced to ask to talk about it or to defend it anywhere. Yeah, I will be able to defend it. That's how help the Scrum team to work smarter because everybody were on the same page. Then also going through the Scrum, OKR and Scrum, a powerful combination. OKR and prioritization. OKR and measurable. OKRs clearly and measurable define success. Yes, they define success. And this helps teams to prioritize depending on what comes in. So if we set OKRs, we're able to prioritize and say, okay, this align with what we're about to achieve concerning the key result. The OKR, the objective is there, But the key result, okay, let's take key result number 1 for now and see how we run with it within this sprint, and how to stay focused as new things eventually arises. Because as we prioritize, as we go on in the sprint, there may be new addition here and there, but we know that our main focus, our main priority is to achieve item A. So we are focused on that. Team that use OKR can identify what to do next with confidence. They can identify what to do next with confidence. Item in the backlog, we have varying impact on set of key results. So items in the backlog, we also reflect the key results that are being pursued at that particular iteration, that particular sprint. So, and like that, we're able to approach each sprint with a focus in mind. Also, outcome versus output. Most nowadays, people choose outcome over output, because output is just what we bring out at the end of sprint. But outcome is what that particular increment is going ahead to do. So the OKR helps team to express the biggest value from using what is in focus on outcomes and integrate OKRs into existing tools, practice, and events. So we are focused on the outcome, not just the output. Yes, the output is what informs the outcome, but at the end of the day, the outcome is what makes customers to come back. If the output, what we are able to build, what we're able to achieve, is not utilized, or it doesn't serve a purpose out there, there's no how the customers we come back. So good question to ask ourselves is, how does our team produce value, which is the outcome? And what can this value bring to the team? Then we talk about sprint goals, the product backlog. All these as well have input of the OKR. Our sprint goal is an attribute of the objective set. If the sprint goal is to develop a particular item, it's going to fit in one or two of the key results that have been earlier been said. Also, the product backlog is populated according to the objective that have been set and the result each iteration, and for the product owner to come and prioritize. Sprint goal could be defined to support OKRs. Scrum team could create sprint goals that align with product goals, and OKRs to help stay focused on most important goals for every sprint. We use OKRs to stay focused on every sprint. Sprint goals and the work of the team should therefore be centered around achieving the OKRs that have been set. We should focus to achieve or around the OKRs that have been set. So also the Scrum event, find out that every Scrum event is like an infusion of OKR. We talk about our sprint planning, talk about the daily Scrum, which is an avenue to go over to see that, okay, we are achieving what we have set out, either as a sprint goal or the key result. Are we achieving the key result that we set out? Are we moving towards what level are we at as achieving our sprint goal? So also at the review, what is being reviewed is the overall objective. Yeah, the objective of each sprint or each product. So that's what is being reviewed. So at the end of this, and then the retro allows the team to look inward and then set aside discussions on how they've been able to go through the process, and where they look at what could be done better to achieve even more success at the next time, or the next iteration, the next sprint, or the next quarter. I could say here that it's on the record that OKRs are evaluated quarterly by the organization, but it's a daily process from individual to team. Individual have their tasks on the daily process. The team have weekly meetings, daily meetings, and then to help actualize the objective, and then the organization come at the end of the quarter and evaluate and see what have been achieved and the level, and then we roll again into the next quarter with what has been set. Common mistakes in setting OKRs, or when you set too many OKRs, it affects what can be achieved, and it makes the team to lose focus. Makes organization also to lose focus. Too many OKRs, because we need to be direct. We need to be direct and know that, okay, this is the angle, this is the focus we are going right now, and then everybody falls in that lane. But when we have too many items all over the place, it affects it negates the spirit of OKR. Also, not being ambitious enough when our OKR seems as if it's just at par. The team, they are not motivated to work. They are not really. But when we set OKRs that are high, that are impactful, that are challenging, yes, to say that are challenging, the team go above, over and above to make them come to pass. Then objective packed with too many items. When we now have objective packed with too many items, just like too many OKR, too many things lying over the place, does not allow the team to be focused again. And then another one is not meaningful or impactful. When the set goals, they're not impactful, they are not the whole aim of it all is, at the end of it all, what will this amount to? Maybe the team start to send that, okay, when we finish developing this, when we achieve this, what does it going to amount to? Will there be any impact? Like I talked about outcome and output the other time. Yes, what will be the outcome of this? Will it impact the customer? Will it impact the end user? And then when the objectives are not inspiring or motivating enough, they don't allow the team to work at their best. So to round it up, is a question for us: are you in? Are you in? And I said, ask Google. Ask Google in the sense that Google have been using OKR, and it is said in the OKR guide. In the first year of Google, John Doerr became an investor and proposed the use of OKR. Fast forward today, Google is a multi-billion company with more than 60,000 employees and still uses OKR in their operation. Also, learn from LinkedIn. For LinkedIn, OKR is a tool that gives everyone inside the company the sense of urgency. According to the CEO, Jeff, they focus better on what matters most using OKR because of the short and long-term timeline for the respective objective they set for the company. So why won't you join today? Thank you. And if there's any question, I will take any question for now.
Feel free to unmute or type your questions in the chat box. Does anybody have any questions or comments? You're welcome to unmute or you can type them in the chat box. And Valerie, what are you asking to explain? Okay, so Valerie's asking us to explain the OKR in connection with Agile, Scrum to be specific.
Yeah, thank you for that question. So just as I said, yeah, OKR and Scrum. So you can use your OKR to even populate your backlog, your product backlog. You can use your OKR to set your sprint goals. You can use your OKR to run your Scrum events. So the OKR are just like the objectives, just like the backlog items that have been populated. For example, you want to achieve. Let me just look for example here that I have here. For you to go into the sprint, so you need to discuss around what the sprint is going to all be like. You're going to have your sprint goal. Your sprint goal can be attributed to be this one of the key objectives, one of the key results rather in achieving the sprint goal. Also, to prioritize your backlog, you can look at the OKR set by the organization, then use that to prioritize the backlog according to what the organization business value is.
Valerie says, okay, we do have a question from one of our live viewers is what is a good amount of time for the average team?
Good average of time for the average team. It depends on organization from team. Like for a Scrum team, the Scrum guide encourages, or the Scrum guide says from between 1 to 4 weeks, but depending on the business value and the MVP, what the business needs to turn out and how soon they need to turn it out. Then again, on the capacity of the team. So everything, it's a whole ball of dynamics that work there, not just one feature. The organizations, the value, what they need to build next, the team capacity, and then they look at it as, okay, a period of 1 week, two weeks, and then the product goal as well. That's the overriding decision, the product goal. What are we building? What are we? What's the outcome going to look like in this product? So the product goal also adds to it. So there's no specific time. It's for each team to adopt what is good for them. What is called sustainable velocity.
Okay, and Addie, and I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, says, is OKR a tool that can be used, or is it a philosophy that is adopted?
Yeah, it's both a tool and a philosophy, if I can say, but basically more of a tool. So if you apply it as a tool, you have various templates that you can use. You can have your own inbuilt one, but at the end of it, or it's just like a mindset too. So it can be like a philosophy. It can be also turning towards a philosophy, but the OKR. So you have a tool. You have what you use to run your project from end to end, and then you continue to adapt as changes.
All right, are there any more questions? Just checking to make sure we don't have any more in the live. Does anybody else have any more questions? Okay. And Addie is asking another one. So is it something that can be used alongside tools such as Jira?
Alongside, or maybe with Jira, because Jira is a development tool. So you can use it within your Jira. You can have it transparent. You can have your OKR set. Yeah, I know Jira has a version for OKR, but it's quite expensive. So you can also manage it within your Jira. Yes. So you can have what the company said. Then maybe you have colored tallies for it. When it's green, that means you are achieving it. When it's red, it's out of scope, and then maybe amber when it's going towards getting out of scope. So you can monitor it. Yeah, you can use it with Jira, but Jira has its own OKR. I've forgotten what they call it. It's quite expensive though. Thank you.
Thank you. And then we have a question from our live. Are there any disadvantages of implementing OKRs?
Yeah, disadvantage, because basically what they say, everything that has advantage has disadvantage. But so far, the only disadvantage I can think of is when it's not used rightly. Like we said here, common mistakes in OKR when you don't use it rightly, so it can go the other way around, can go south. Maybe you are just because maybe a company is using it and they are being successful at it, you just jump on it, and then you need to look into inward into your organization and know what best works for you. And then when you are using it, how are you using it? Are you monitoring it, or are you just saying, oh, you are using OKR and that's it? You are taking on too many tasks, and maybe the OKR is not ambitious enough. Definitely that will not work. If it just be at par, you will not make any meaningful impact. So you need to keep on monitoring, know what works best for you. Then at any point when there's need to adapt, when there's need to to jettison what you've been using before. Should be bold enough, even though it costs money, whatever. But keep on changing. That's what it's all about. Yeah, somebody's asking. So, what will you recommend? Basically, I would just recommend each team or maybe individual look inward and get what's best for them. Like I said at the beginning, OKR, just like Scrum, is a framework. It's like a framework that you can use. It's not a set of rules. It's not that they're cast in stone. That be so. It's flexible. What best works for you is what you can employ, instead of saying I recommend this. For recommendation, if you look at the organization, yeah, and you're able to analyze, then you can now recommend. And even when you recommend, and the organization sees that, oh, this does not work, they can tweak it, they can bend it, they can, yes, align it with what works for them.
Okay, and we have, so OKR is not a mindset, or is it like Scrum is?
Yeah, like I said, it's a framework. It's a framework, just like Scrum. Scrum is also a framework. Agile is a mindset that gets you work faster, but Scrum is a framework under Agile. So also, OKR is like a framework that you can use to better performance, to set goals. Yeah.
All right, are there any more questions? Let me double check the live. All right, any more questions? Does it work with Kanban?
Yes, working with Kanban. It works in every field. It can work with waterfall, can work with Kanban, can work with Scrum. Like I said again, what you are doing, we define what you want, and we define how you set your OKRs. So it can work with Kanban because it's transparent, it's open, and then allows you to for your workflow. Yeah, that everybody sees the workflow, everybody sees what is going on in the part-time in the organization. And when we are taking on too much, thank God, Kanban has this WIP, work limit. So it limits, okay, you can't take more than 3. You can't take more than this amount, so that we can run with it and be able to achieve what we have set out to do. So I think, yeah, it can work with Kanban, it can work across board. So what needs to be done is you need to look inward within the organization, within the team, and see what works for you, the aspect of it. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.